Hi friends, this is Susie, your gaming guru, here to help you solve the puzzle of level 517 in Candy Crush Saga as a special dedication to Chris, who has let me know they've reduced the number of moves from 40 down to 22 on this level. But what Chris didn't mention is that we also only have 4 colors now instead of 5. So we've got a bit of a trade-off. I'm not sure if it's an equitable trade-off, but at least there is something that has changed that is to our benefit. Because if I have fewer colors, it's going to be more easy for me to make matches and specials. So let's see what we can do with this board where we have 22 moves to collect 4 ingredients. Here's one ingredient and I have to get it down here. But I've got some barriers in the way. I've got some frosting and I've got some chocolate spawners. And the chocolate spawners, oh hi Sasu. The chocolate spawners can spawn chocolate either in the column or outside the column. I'm hoping outside the column, and I'm hoping that they spawn away from this area here, especially after this drops down. I don't want chocolate to cover this over. Now the other problem is that we can put the ingredients anywhere except right here. If it falls onto here, then it kind of gets stuck a bit, and we can try to dislodge it, but it's not an easy task. I want it to be a straight shut down. It's not going to happen that way. I'm going to have struggles on this board, but as many as I can get to drop straight down, that's what I'm going to opt to do. So I need to break through some of these barriers. I have to find good choices. I could do this. It would take out 3 of these frosting layers. I could do this. It would do the same over here, but it would also create an opportunity for the purple to get together, although those purple would get together before this dropped down. Still, I like the concentration of purple there. There we go. So it made something special for us. And then I'm going to keep using that to clear this out and hopefully kind of propel this downward. Now, if I do this, this is going to slide out onto here, and it's going to create a problem. It's such a problem and such a pitfall that I'm actually going to do it, which means I'm probably sacrificing winning this level, but I'm here to help you win. And so I want to show you some of the problems that can exist on a board like this and some of the ways we can try to mitigate those difficulties. So now I have to move this over. If this orange were here, then I could just slide it back over, right? Because 2 orange here and then this orange, I could put the orange together, which would effectively move that over. That's not going to happen right now. I've got a very limited field, and so it's unlikely I'll be able to move this until I take some of these out. But if I take all of this out and it drops down to here, that also becomes a bit more difficult to deal with, having it all the way at the base. So let's see, I'd like to make moves in here. Here, let's put the green together and just kind of shift things around here, open this up more. Okay, so now I've got an opportunity. Yes, I could make a stripe, but if I make a stripe to go through all of this, this still gets stuck up here. That's not my best choice. My best choice is to put this back on the track where it can be collected properly. This is a danger. It could come over here. Yeah, and it did. So that's another problem I have to deal with. There we go. We kind of opened it back up. So lots of pitfalls can exist on this board. There we go. And we just have to do our best to try to correct them as they show up. Now I need to get this all the way down, and I've lost a little bit of time here. I could do this. It's not a bad move. I'm going to do this and put these green together and try to draw this downward. Ooh, if this orange were here, that would work better. I can make a wrapped, but a wrapped way over here doesn't seem to be helpful. I think I'm going to make a stripe instead. I could do a striped wrapped combo and watch what happens here if things hold. Okay, see how we can make a lot of specials? Sometimes that doesn't work to our advantage because sometimes it creates too much chaos. We saw how this slides out. Well, it can also slide out this way. Even though this doesn't reach over to this column, it reaches over to here. And so hopefully this will slide out this way. It could draw from here because the tendency is to go from the left to the right. But it does have the potential, because it's going to be drawing out a lot of things, to make this slide downward. So let's see what happens. There we go. We got it collected, and this is on a nice path. and I could make a stripe here, but this takes it down immediately, and I need to conserve my moves. Look what happened. So sometimes we can control that. In the beginning, I didn't have to make that move that I made that brought this over. And sometimes there's just so much chaos on the board, it is a bit uncontrollable. So I have to try to figure out how to put these things together to help me. I've got orange. Bringing that down doesn't work well. Bringing this over doesn't seem to work well. If I do this, I then get a green here and a blue here. That doesn't seem to work well. So I think I need to make just a bit of chaos on this board. I need to readjust how things are going. It's not great. Oh, I can make a color bomb. I can't really use the color bomb in any significant way, but I can make a color bomb. Yeah, I can't move this over, and I can't move this over. And I can't see a way to move it over. So again, I'm going to go for the craziness of just creating as much change on the board as I possibly can. So there I am stuck, but I've shown you the mechanic of trying to bring this down. I've explained the pros and cons of this board as it now stands. And I've shown you some of the pitfalls that can occur and how we can sometimes adjust for those, and sometimes we're just kind of stuck. So now what I'm going to do is pause the recording, come back with a new board but no microphone until there's something new and important to say. Be right back. That was not expertly played, and sorry, there's a little bit of a gap in there as things started going. But, yeah, that's how I beat that level. You can tell that with only 4 colors, there's a lot of opportunity for huge, big cascades to happen. And that's really what saved me. I was making just poor choices over here. Instead of focusing on getting that ingredient down, I was just kind of playing around over here. And still it worked out well for me because I stayed more on this side of the board than on this side of the board. So even when things flowed out in a funny fashion, they flowed out over here. Sometimes you can get stuck on top of this one too, so be careful about that. If this was helpful, I would ask that you consider liking and subscribing. If you have any questions or comments, please put those below. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.